I know that's on everybody's mind. We have to do certain things in the game to prep for Steam. That just has to, like a new player experience. Several other things that if we just went to Steam, it wouldn't work. So we have to prep for it, and we're not going to be doing that until the latter part of this year. Whenever we have all the details, we'll let you know, of course.
We still have a lot of work to do, I think, with Vice and Virtue. We built a good foundation, and our hope is that we're going to expand on it and turn it into something that will appeal to both the casual PvPers who don't have a lot of time to devote to some of the faction-esque sieges where they went on for a long, long time. But we still want to include those features for players who enjoy that kind of encounter.
We have been working on redoing our account management to make it more friendly. Right now, it's not, and everybody knows that. So we have been working very hard to come up with a simple way to change your credit cards, to change your passwords, to locate your accounts. This should be redone, and hopefully we have it targeted by mid-May for it to be a total revamp of account management that I hope everybody enjoys, which I know they will. We are starting something for the players that are having a really hard time understanding how to get your billing issues resolved. Once you go through all your emails and you just can't understand it, we are going to offer a callback service. But you have to go through all of the steps through email first to try to understand it and do it that way first, because there's just going to be too much for us to do every one on a callback. So we will put a list on UO.com of what we'll cover, what we'll call back on. So please make sure you watch UO.com for this.
My personal goal is to try and improve upon the art that's already there, to continue to add new pieces that really push the envelope of what the engine can and cannot do. We've already found a number of things that can improve upon the system that's already there and give us better quality items and flashier product for the players. In the long run, the real trick is to make sure that we adhere to the look and feel that is UO without going beyond that, because that's the draw of UO, is that it has that feel, that classic look.
Our website is coming along. It's looking so good. I'm hoping to have it completely done in a month. We have done what we promised. It does translate into many different languages. It's easy to navigate, easy to find what you need. We're putting in FAQs for the customer service instead of having to go through and figure out or read a whole long list. You can just go look for your question and go straight to the point. So we're trying to make this just as simple and easy for everybody to use and understand. This is the exciting part. We're going to be releasing an expansion that we're all really excited about.
The Time of Legends draws on a lot of lore from some of the old Ultima games. We constantly run into situations where we want to pay homage to the series, but we also have to keep in mind that there's just so much history that trying to keep everything straightforward becomes a difficult task. So by diving into this idea of the Time of Legends, we really have a lot more flexibility to go in different directions with future content. We really have the ability to draw from the whole of the Ultima series, which is just rich with history. We've got Shadowguard and the Valley of Eodon, both of which are going to have plenty of areas to explore, new creatures to encounter, new loot to get. We've got 2 exciting champ spawns that are going to be going into those. They're going to have some different mechanics, so it's going to feel like a fresh new flavor of champ spawn.
I think the players are going to be really excited to see that we're finally putting in currency conversion.
Currency conversion is going to be shard-based. It's not going to be account-based. So if you have money on one character on the same shard, that money will be accessible from any character that is on that same shard. But also we want to make sure that we allow players to make transactions with their money when they're not online. So to put that into more context, if a player has gold and he wants to transfer it to another shard, he can do that. But if he wants to then take that money and give it to another player, but that player is not online, we want to provide a way for the players to do that, because they currently can do that now.
We're going to be putting in clothes and new armor.
I'm excited to get new clothing and wearables in. In particular, we're also trying to differentiate male from female clothing. Well, we're taking influence from what players have sent in and requested and everything else. Particularly things like more flowing dresses for the women, potentially more beards for the men, various things like that.
We are also going to be finishing our virtues.
We're going to flesh out spirituality and humility to round out the virtue system, also providing a bonus for when you complete all the virtues. It's long overdue, and it's been something we wanted to address for a long time.
We're also doing some what we're calling stone crafting. We're giving the players that do not have customizable houses a way to add in certain walls and items that you wouldn't normally be able to use in a regular house.
As part of building the Valley of Eodon and Shadowguard, we're introducing some new environment art. Big part of that is going to be building materials, which we're also going to put into the house customization system, so players will have access to that new art as well to build houses and customize their housing plots. In Time of Legends, we're going to be expanding on the idea of skill masteries, very similar to what we did with the Bard skills. We've seen a lot of discussions about character development that really boil down to, well, why don't you just raise the power scroll cap to 130 or the skill cap to 800? And we really wanted to take a different direction, because basically that just scales up much of the same in terms of character development. We really wanted to provide a different flavor of character development, providing a level of customization that you could really go wild with and make some really exciting templates with different abilities.
Essentially all of the adventuring type of skills, all the magics, the weapons, animal taming. With the mastery items, we plan on using various existing encounters to divvy out the items necessary for that, such as the various peerless encounters, champion spawns, and maybe even like scaleless encounters, those types of encounters.